Hey everyone, happy Halloween. My name is Stassi. Thank you so much for being here today. I'm so excited. So I hosted a Harry Potter collab on Instagram, and here is what I built for the collab. So I thought it would be really fun if I did the grand haul, but like Halloween themed like they had in the first movie. I can't wait to show you how I built it. So let's jump in. Okay, so here we are, and I want to make this room like really big. So this is actually on a 50 by 50 lot. I do want to state this at the top of this video. This room is not playable. It's not been play tested. There's no way it would actually work. I just wanted to have a lot of fun with this build and not actually have to worry about it being playable. It will not be in the gallery because it is riddled with CC. But anyways, what I wanted to do is I wanted to recreate it as close as I could from the first Harry Potter film. So this is what it looked like in the first Harry Potter movie when the troll's about to come in and like all this candy's everywhere and the floating pumpkins. So anyways, I can't wait to show you how I did all that, but I'm going to start off with the doors. Now, I had an issue pretty early on. When you make the doors bigger in The Sims, the openings actually don't go with it. It's kind of like a bug issue. So what I actually end up doing eventually is I just take out the wall where the door is. And then I put another wall behind there with the paint I have from the CC Harry Potter kit that I downloaded to make it look like the night sky. I'll show you how I did that in like a couple of moments, but at this point, I'm just kind of like rearranging the windows, and I'm adding the gargoyles along the sides of the wall. And now I'm just going to go in and adding platforms because, you know, when like Dumbledore and McGonagall and the professors eat, it's actually a little bit raised. And I've actually never done that in The Sims before, added platforms as stairs. It's pretty easy. To be honest with you, it's easy, but I don't think I actually did it right. I think I just literally just put it on there. Again, I did not put a sim through here. It is not tested. Anyways, I'm now going in and I'm adding the windows, and I had this really big issue with, yeah, you can see I'm like literally just trying to make the windows bigger because in Harry Potter, there's this giant window behind Dumbledore, and I wanted to make sure that that was in there, but anytime I made any windows big, it looked really kind of silly. So I'm just kind of going in, and you can see like I'm trying to be like, oh, like I'll just do multiples, but it didn't look right. So, and then I'm like, oh, okay, I'll just add like ones that kind of have from like the like these guys, and it actually worked out pretty well. But again, you can see I changed the color, but it looks black. Honestly, I was okay with it because it kind of goes with the decor of Hogwarts a little bit. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going in here, and I think that I'm like, oh, like I'll just add a window behind the door. It looks fine. Yeah, it didn't. And then I re-looked at the photo. I was like, oh yeah, there's fireplaces on both sides of the Grand Hall. So I go in and add, and then you can see that they have like these like pillars like going up, and the ceiling is obviously it's enchanted. It's just the sky, and it has the candles. I could not find the CC to change the roof. So I wasn't able to get the roof effect that I wanted that way, like super up with like the night sky. If there is a way to do it, please DM me. Like I would love to know because I spent a lot of time doing this. Anyways, so now what you're seeing is I'm going in and I created another wall, like I said, and I'm adding that dimension between the passing way and the window. I didn't notice the depth of it until I started looking at other Grand Hall pictures from Harry Potter. So anyways, I'm doing it on that side again, and you can see, but I will eventually, yeah, see, I'm going in and removing the window. So I'm now just adding back the pillars and the gargoyles. I will say that I didn't struggle for motivation for this one because I knew what I wanted, but I really did want it. Like how I pictured it is how I wanted it. Also, I'm wearing a scarf that came from Hogwarts. So my dad and my stepmom went to the UK like 5 years ago and toured Hogwarts, and they asked me at the time, what type of scarf do you want to bring back? And at this point, I was like, Gryffindor, Gryffindor. I want a Gryffindor scarf. And then looking back at it now, I really wish I would have grabbed a Slytherin scarf because I'm definitely way more Slytherin than I am Gryffindor. But like as a kid, like that is what I did. Like I dressed up as Hermione like 3 years in a row for Halloween. I loved Gryffindor. It was actually my fiance. He was my boyfriend at the time. We had just started dating. And I'm not going to lie to you. I wore this scarf everywhere. Like everywhere when after my dad and my stepmom brought it back. And we went out for this really fancy dinner. It was my fiance, my boyfriend at the time. We were going out it was our first Christmas together and all this fun stuff. So he takes me out to this really nice restaurant, and he's like, we've had a couple of drinks, and he whispers in my ear as the photo is taken, should have been Slytherin. And I laughed, and I'm like, should have been Gryffindor. And he's like, no, you're definitely Slytherin. And then I did a hard look, and I'm like, no, I'm definitely Slytherin, because when I was a kid, I Googled how to get to Gryffindor with Pottermore. So I'm a full Slytherin through and through, but I thought it'd be appropriate to wear my Hogwarts scarf. Anyways, so this is super fun. So how I figured out how to do this is you can see in the Grand Hall, like they have like these flaming baskets, and there's nothing like that in The Sims. Couldn't find anything in CC. So what I did is I took a flower hanging pot, the crystal ball from the magic pack, and then the light from the magic pack, and I just added it up, and it made it look like fire. And I was so impressed with myself that like how I was able to do that. I thought it looked really, really cool and kind of really fit that like that Hogwarts theme. So as soon as I did that, I was like, okay, this room is gonna start coming together. So what I'm doing, so this is what I was talking about. So I downloaded the CC pack, and it had the night sky, and I was like, oh my gosh, it's perfect, because that's what I wanted. I wanted to have like a starry night behind everybody. So bless this pack. If you've not downloaded it and you love Harry Potter, go download it. It's amazing. So I'm going in and I'm adding these banners. They are not the Hogwarts banners. I couldn't find any, but these ones I downloaded for Rose Chronicles. I just thought this would be perfect. And now we are starting putting up pumpkins. I wanted to have a lot of pumpkins in the sky. Like that was not a question. I ended up actually counting, because I have no life, how many pumpkins I actually put up there. And I put up over 200 pumpkins. And I think it was like 80 something candles is what I put up. But anyways, I'm just going in and I'm adding like all the pumpkins and changing them and having different sizes and having them floating differently. At this time, I didn't have anything like super set up. So I couldn't really see like the gauge to how high to low they were. I was literally just going in and adding as many pumpkins as I possibly could, and just like picking different ones and going in and adding more of the candles. So these are the candles and the BB show live edit objects. They're from the Paranormal Activity pack. They are perfect for any Harry Potter build. They are fantastic. They kind of have like the burnt down ness to them, which I super like. Now, here's the only thing, and I'm going to say this. when you make them bigger, the glow stops. So they actually don't light up, which kind of sucked a little bit. But I end up adding different ones as well. But this was like one of like the first little bits of like with the pumpkins. I had way more after. But okay, so I thought, I was like, oh, like I'm going to make these like really big. Because again, like this room is not playable. I never thought it would be playable. So I set up all these chairs, and I was actually at my my future in-laws' house when I was doing this, and they were watching me because they'd never seen anybody play The Sims before. They've not seen anybody who has a YouTube channel or podcast or anything like that. So their eyes were glued to me, and they're like, "Oh my gosh, like you built this?" Like I'm like, "Yeah." So like all my builds start with green grass, and I go from there. And then that's it right there. So I had downloaded a ton, I cannot understate this, a ton of CC food that would not fit on the table. So what I end up doing is saving this because my brain was hurting. I go in and remove all the big tables and individually put them down, like smaller ones. And I thought about it at first, and I was like, oh, like the big ones would definitely be easier to decorate. And yeah, I am right. But that's not how it looks in Harry Potter. Like this room looks massive. So having the smaller tables with all the food, I really definitely think made the room look more realistic. So anyways, I'm now just going in and, like I said, adding the tables. And if you think this is tedious, wait till I add the food. Because I decorated all 4 tables. Not 1 inch did not have one bit of like desserts on it and stuff. So anyways, I'm now going back in and just I'm adding, see, the night sky. So kind of like it really like fills it in. Because like there's the one on the window, you can't actually change the side, like because that's where the window is supposed to be. So I just, I brain solved it and problem solved it and added the sky on the background. So I think we're starting with the clutter. Let's go. Oh no, adding more candles. Yeah, so I was like, oh, like maybe that was just like a glitch. Nope, adding more stuff. And then I wanted to add paintings and stuff because I went back, I looked at a lot of like reference drawings and stuff, and I thought it would definitely look way more fun with a bunch of paintings and stuff on the walls instead of just having it plain. I also really wish I could have added ghosts. I tried to find like CC sculptors. So like there's like a Dementor sculpture that's fantastic if you're looking for anything horror, but I couldn't find anything, and I wanted like nearly headless Nick because like he used to have his Halloween parties and I couldn't find anything. But anyways, I'm still very happy how the room came out. But oh yeah, classic me. I am the best at, oh yeah. So what I did, so I could not remember the wall, painting. So I was like, I spent like, I couldn't, like I zoomed this up to like 800%. I'm like, I use this for Rose Chronicles. We're going on a class field trip and figuring out the brick. So, because this is the one from the bowling pack, which was nice, but I wanted it a little bit more rundown. And then, you bet your bottom dollar, I added place napkin, or oh my god, the plates and the napkins and stuff, place settings to every single seat because that's how I thought it would be in the obviously like in the movie. So anyways, while I'm doing that, because that's going to take up a good 3 minutes of this video, I definitely really do want to say thank you to everybody part of this collab. It was me and Brown Boy Sims that were hosting this. Brown Boy Sims is an amazing simmer. If you haven't had a chance, please go follow him. He does amazing Harry Potter builds, and actually we were having a chat before I decided to do a collab, and I said, like, he did the Ravenclaw Castle, and it was just amazing. And I said, I'm like, would you ever be interested in doing a Harry Potter themed collab? And he said, absolutely. So I put out the SOS on Instagram, and like 25 people responded and wanted to join. So please go follow everybody. I'm going to have everybody's channels below, so you can go follow them and check out what they did, because everybody did such an amazing job. And again, thank you anybody and everybody who participated in this collab. I had a lot of fun, and I hope you guys had a lot of fun too. And anyways, now we're putting all the food on the table. Like I said, I used a ton of CC, like a ton of it. And the whole thing is actually CC. I don't usually use CC for my builds, but I had a blast doing this one. I wanted to have that like really whimsical food, and I feel like with the CC I had to do that. And honestly, anytime I used debugged food in the live edits or hidden objects, it's just empty plates. And I was just like, and I know there are dedicated simmers out there that will have their sims making food until the cows come home and like literally put it on the plate. I've seen them do that. I don't have that much time to do that. So I just went in, found a bunch of CC. Now you will see that there's a lot of Christmas CC I use, but like it's so cute. And I feel like it would be like, whatever, it's fine. It's fine. Like it goes with the theme, but like definitely there's a lot of Christmas food on there. And I kept using the same like pumpkin cheesecake because it was so big and it just fit up the table perfectly. And the first actual CC I ever downloaded, I made a candy store in The Sims, and like this was like, oh gosh, April maybe, and I still had all the candy CC, and I remember at that time I was like, I don't know if I like this because no one is able to play it, and no one can actually ever play my creation. So I really kind of put CC in my back pocket because I do like to build for everybody. Now I was on a podcast pretty early on. It was the first podcast I was ever invited to talk about, me. And I was on another podcast with another simmer, and she was talking about her machinima, and she was like really hammering home about CC. And I was like, oh, I don't really use CC. I just, I use whatever EA provides. And we got into this really good debate, and she said, she's like, Saucy, like, do you know how expensive it is to buy every pack? And I said, yeah, believe me, it's like $500-$600. And she said, she's like, that is unrealistic for a lot of people to buy all these packs. And I said, I absolutely agree. She's like, I like supporting the community. That's why I like CC. And that's one of a conversation that really stuck with me early on. And I'm like, you're right. I really do like the idea of CC and be able to support the community, because not everybody can afford the Sims. Like, I'm very fortunate. I got a lot of packs for Christmas. Me and my best friend actually used to go halvesies on a lot of the packs because she used to play on my Sims. She doesn't do it anymore. But like, oh yeah, like that is the only reason. And I bought the only pack I ever bought full price was the paranormal pack, and that was $12. Like all my packs, I wait for them to go 50% off. Like it is very expensive to play The Sims. So anyways, so shout outs to the CC creators out there. You are doing God's work, and you guys make the game so much better. I love using CC. My computer doesn't love CC as much as I do because I have like 100 gigs of it at this point, and a lot. It's it takes up a lot of my space. But anyways, I'm back to this build. I am now just going in and I'm adding lights to the tables just to kind of brighten it up a little bit. And I'm just going through and adding like the little the armors, because like there's none in the Great Hall dining room, but I just thought it'd be fun. And I'm just, I'm making the walls, not as pristine. Like Hogwarts has been around for centuries. Obviously, it wouldn't make sense for the walls to be perfect. So I'm now just going in and just adding a bunch of paintings and stuff and just, kind of cluttering up the wall. And I'm doing it on the other side as well. And I'm just adding some gargoyles. Because when I had moved the wall, they had gone. And I'm adding some armors. Feel like that would super fit the Hogwarts theme. So, anyways, we're almost coming to an end of this. And I want to confidently say I had a lot of fun with this build. I don't really do a lot of builds anymore. They're very time consuming. And I really wanted to make this one special. It's my third ever collab that I'm a part of, and I'm hosting it. And again, thank you everybody who wanted to join. It really does mean the absolute world to me, and I hope you guys had as much fun as I did. But no, I had a great time with this. I had a lot of fun. And it's encouraged me to do more builds, definitely. But I think I'm just literally going in and saving this masterpiece. I swear to God, I gotta save your work like every hour, or autosave something, because I was so scared that I was gonna start losing everything, because also the lag was horrible. I don't know what's up lately. I don't know if there's like something happening, but yeah, the lag is bad. So I'm now just kind of going in and I'm adding the chairs for the head table. I love that. So that is a throne from acting. That is not playable. You cannot sit in there. It just makes a good piece. But anyways, that is it, kiddos. This is my Harry Potter themed Grand Hall. Again, I had such a fun time making this, and let me know in the thoughts below, like, were you a big Harry Potter kid? I definitely want to hear what your favorite Harry Potter movie was. And there you have it. There is my Harry Potter build. Thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day and watching this video. It really does mean the world to me. Happy Halloween again. To anyone participating Halloween, I love Halloween. I'm very sad to see that spooky season is done for this year, but Christmas is just around the corner, and I don't know, I can't wait to put my Christmas tree up. We do have a rule in this house that we have to wait till after Remembrance Day to put up the Christmas tree, so you'll see in a couple weeks there'll be a Christmas tree behind me, but like I said, it's been an absolute pleasure. Thank you again. Happy Halloween. Any kiddos trick-or-treating tonight, just be careful. You're little in cars, and I don't want anything bad to ever happen to you. And any of my Canadian simmers out there, you're going to rock it with your winter coat over your Halloween costume. I always love seeing that. My favorite is when, because we have a lot of kids that come to our house now, like the little babies that come in like little duckies or like a little mouse or a little monkey. Like, oh my God, my heart. Or the little kids that have just learned how to say trick or tweet, and they like knock on the door and they just like open their bag and they're like dressed as like, I don't know, something so cute. And I'm just like, here, take all the candy. My fiance has made a rule that I can't just give like triple fists of candy to the cutest costumes, because I did that the first year that we lived here. We ran out of candy within 30 minutes. Like, I went ham, and he's like, Saucy, like, we bought 8 boxes of candy. And I'm like, yeah, but they're all so cute. So anyways, happy Halloween. I always say this, I do have a lot of cool stuff coming on the pipeline. Still do. I have some really cool summer spotlights coming out next week. I got to interview the lovely Miss Peach Sims, so that's going to be coming out. I got some Christmas builds coming out for November, so stay tuned for those, and I can't wait to share everything with you. Anyways, it's been a pleasure. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.